Welcome to this first video about our new book, Simply Trusting God. Who doesn't need encouragement some days? Who doesn't struggle at times with faith and what it all means? Hi, I'm Mallin, and my wife Cindy and I have written a book that tells our own story. It's a God story for sure. A couple of years ago, Cindy wrote her first book, Simple Trust, Simple Prayers, a book that tells the story of George Mueller. That book continues to sell. It is a life-changing story that God continues to use.
And I'm Cindy. That first book changed our own lives, but then God seemed to have a plan. It was for much more than we could ever have guessed, and it meant that trusting God was going to be much more than a nice little phrase, much more than an entertaining story that stirs the heart. God wanted us to live it out, to live our lives with no guaranteed regular income at all.
We tried to be as blunt and honest and open as we could. It was a little scary putting it all down in print. Cindy drew from her personal private journal. That helped us remember just exactly what happened, when, and what did we think and feel as the story was happening. Today, as I read it from the safe distance of a few years, there's a lot for me to just cringe at. But it is what it is. I'm willing to put it all in the book. If you'll read it, I think you'll be challenged to simply trust God more than you've ever trusted Him before.
Now we want to read to you a little bit from the book itself.
Chapter 1, 'Twas the day after Christmas. And here's a quote from George Mueller. I have no doubts that God will send help. We only have to wait on Him.
December 26, 2009, day after Christmas. I watched Mickey bring the mail in and suddenly slump into the nearest chair. His voice was shaky. Honey, read this. His hands trembled as he handed me the opened piece of mail. I am writing to inform you of the status of your file and to notify you that we have concluded our review of your account. And then blah, 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 blah. 3 whole typewritten pages just to say that there will be no more income for us. In fact, this official sounding notice was actually telling us that this company had decided to terminate the account 10 days before this piece of mail arrived, thereby ending our primary source of income. With no advance notice at all, this income, 90% of our income, had ended. I looked at Mickey's face as he attempted to comprehend what he was looking at and what it would mean to us. Who does that? No advance notice at all? I wasn't sure if he was mostly angry or just shocked. But we had just given away the largest single cash gift of our lives, knowing that we would make it because we thought that next automatic deposit would arrive early January. We had taken a deep breath and given thousands to a friend in need. For my Jewish husband, giving away money was a clear demonstration of his faith in action. It was not even 4 years since he had come to faith in Jesus. I was proud of him. Giving this gift had been his idea, and his generosity thrilled me. Mickey had told me many times how typical it is for Jewish people to hold tightly to money. Making a commitment to serve Jesus on March 12, 2006 was truly changing everything for him. When we gave this gift, we knew it would be a tight few months for us as we tightened our belts, but we were okay with that. We would make it and recover. But now this, that automatic deposit was not going to come. In fact, that source of income had already ended 10 days ago. Here we were on December 26th looking at a piece of mail telling us that the deposit we had counted on arriving in 6 days would not be coming. Did God know this was coming? Well, God is God, so of course He knew this was coming. God is all-knowing. There's nothing, absolutely nothing, includes this. Somehow, in some strange way, that fact alone calmed me. God knew this letter was on its way even as we were giving away what was really an emptying of our cash accounts. I thought about it. I began to connect the dots. If that is true, If God knew there would be no more automatic deposits, and yet still He'd prompted us to give away just about all the money we had, then there must be a plan. This could get rather exciting. But the excitement would wait. For now, let's get through the shock, the denial, the anger, and a lot of anxiety.
I felt like the proverbial rug had been pulled out from under me. I told Cindy it felt like someone had punched me square in my chest. It was hard to breathe. Cindy might have had some sense of God's hand in this, but I certainly didn't. Yes, my faith was solid, rock solid actually, but faith tends to be theoretical, words, concepts. That is, until it is tested. Yes, this was a test. This was my first big test. George Mueller once said, "Very rarely did I see anyone make a stand for God with a holy determination to trust in the living God and depend on Him."
We have noticed that it is still very rare to see someone live determined to trust in the living God and depend on Him. If it pleased God to have us live the rest of our lives trusting in Him to provide for our material needs, then it must be a good plan. If it's God's plan, then it's a good plan. Make no mistake, however, this was hard, especially for Mickey, who had never been through a serious testing of his faith. Now, let's be real. Just between you and me, let's be honest. We love to read stories about other people's faith, how other people have been through amazing challenges, how other people have trusted God, how God has never failed other people when they trust Him. But this time, it wasn't other people, it was us.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed this brief excerpt. For more information or to order Simply Trusting God, please visit cindymallin.com. You can also purchase the book on Amazon. Just search for it by title, Simply Trusting God, or by either Cindy Mallin or Mickey Mallin. Read the reviews, what other people are saying about the book. If you need encouragement or prayer, please write to us at cindymallin@gmail.com or mickeymallin@gmail.com. We look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for listening. May God be glorified.